Okay, in my continuing series of, modding stereo equipment, wanted to showcase this 1958 RCA Victor orthophonic hi-fi turntable, AM radio, FM mono radio, and this was also modded to play 8 tracks. I had this amp professionally rebuilt like 7 years ago. And there's the radio. Now generally this antique stuff, if I modify it, I try to do it without doing any permanent detrimental damage to it. This one, all I did is cut a hole in the back cover, which wasn't in that good a shape anyway, so that I could have a place to put the tapes in. Okay, turn it down so I don't get copyrighted. And I can change tracks back here. It's a Panasonic 8-track player. Plugged into the tape inputs on here. And the only thing I really had to do is reverse the phasing. These from the factory came wired out of phase. Your cartridge was a 3-wire cartridge, was wired out of phase, and the speakers are wired out of phase. So I rewired everything in phase, and it works good, except you can't use a mono mode. If you put it in mono, then it cancels itself out. Well, I did that mod about 6-7 years ago. When I'm near the girl that I love best, my heart beats so it scares me to death when she touches my hand. The one that you I got lives alive. And yeah, it's really cool. Doesn't do anything to the harm of the collectible value either. But then I did another very recent upgrade. And that is, I added one of these to it.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
It's using a very shallow electrical box. The only damage to the cabinet is 3 little wood screws, which you would never see if it was removed. No holes are drilled. No stereos have been hurt in the process of doing this. It simply plugs into the amplifier.
FM tuner. Line in.
The 8-track is on the line in. So it's feeding through the stereo. But what's cool is now this antique stereo can also play thumb drives.
Washed in his blood. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior.
Or SD cards.
All the day long.
Uses the same cheap remotes that everything does.
Hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. How's your new love? Are you happy? Hope you're...
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
So yeah, this really breathes new life into this old stereo. There was enough of a gap to run all the wiring. I didn't drill anything. It could be completely removed and the stereo would be original with no permanent modifications. So yes, this is an update on a 1958 RCA Victor new orthophonic hi-fi, which has now been modernized to play modern stuff, including Bluetooth, USB, and SD card.